to the show. So we have an exciting episode for you today. Cocktails are a classic. Of course, mocktails are the new trend. An award-winning cocktail curator, Tracy Javier, joins us today. We're talking the class of cocktails, the rising popularity of mocktails, and Tracy's showing us a drink that can flex as either or. Tracy, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I'm excited that you're here. So you've won so many awards. That's how I found you online, reached out to you DM'd you via IG, and you said, of course, I'll join you. So tell us how you got started in the industry.
Well, about 12 years ago, I liked drinking. And I decided, why not put my social skills and my drinking skills together and become a bartender? So I got into the restaurant life, started bartending, and developed a passion for actually making cocktails.
I love that. And then you're over the program at Point of View. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so at WDC, I do the cocktail program on and off at POV. So I've been doing that for the last 4 years.
All right, and we've got the holidays coming up, Christmas, going into winter, and then in the spring, is there a drink of the season you can tell us about?
Going into the winter season, old fashions are always kind of the classic drink to drink.
And what's in an old fashioned?
Old fashioned has a little bit of simple syrup, bitters, and rye whiskey.
All right, so something
very simple
to order during the holidays.
Yes.
All right, and what's one of your favorite drinks to both make and enjoy?
Honestly, it would be a daiquiri, a classic daiquiri. Has a little bit of lime, simple syrup, and rum, very simple. But if it's done right, it's amazing.
See, that's a surprise because it is like a traditional drink. I feel like everybody thinks that they can make daiquiris, but it sounds like you give it a little extra touch.
Yes, a little bit of extra love.
All right, so I'm gonna have to visit you at POV, and that's first on the list. So you're gonna show us how to make a drink today. We are making something that can flex as both a mocktail for the folks who either don't drink or just want to keep it easy for the night. But then for someone who wants something a little boozy, they've got that option as well. So you know what, we can go ahead and get started with that.
Okay, awesome. I'm gonna just add a little bit of ice.
Grabbing some ice, okay.
And then what we're gonna do is pour a little bit of simple syrup into this mixture.
Okay. And for the folks at home, if they don't have the fun gadgets, what would you say they can use in order to get the right measurements?
You can use a teaspoon measure type of thing.
Okay.
I just did an ounce of simple syrup, and I'm gonna do a half ounce of lemon juice.
A little lemon juice, okay.
And then I'm gonna take this other jigger, which has an ounce and a half on it, and I'm gonna add an ounce and a half of pineapple.
Okay. And then we're getting some, what are those leaves?
Of basil leaves.
Okay.
Or whatever you have in the pantry when it comes to your fresh greens.
All right. And we picked a plain vodka. That's what you're adding to the drink now.
Yes.
I was asking you earlier, do you have a vodka preference? And you did. What do you like to drink?
I love Beluga just on its own, but if I'm mixing, honestly, Stoli or Tito's is definitely one of my favorites.
Okay. Beluga and
Tito's.
Tito's, yes.
So,
that's very popular. Shaking
gonna
it
give
up.
it a little mix.
I feel like I need to get in on the shake. I always see bartenders do it, so. a little harder.
Yeah.
Shake it up. All right. Let me give it back to the pro.
Make sure all of that is in there.
Okay.
And add just a little bit more ice.
Okay. And we put the bitters in. Tell me again, does the bitters do for the drink?
So I personally like to put the bitters right on top.
On top, okay.
Just to give it a little bit more of a color.
Okay.
Kind of mix that around a little bit. But also it adds just a little bit more flavor to the drink, and it gives it more body.
Okay.
So.
Kind of fuses the flavors. All right, the moment of truth.
Yes.
All right, I'm a lightweight, so if I get a little woozy, you may have to take us out. Let me see how this is. Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
That's really, really nice.
Can you taste alcohol?
I can.
And it's 2 ounces in there.
It's really, really good. That's dangerous for me.
Yes.
That is so good. I have a question for you. So we were talking earlier, and I was telling you, I like to drink on occasion, especially if I travel. I like to try whatever the drink of the country is. I was in Cuba, did the pina colada, did the rum and coke, different beers in Spain, and that's always fun for me. Usually when I go out, depending on the night, I might do the mocktail. But something like this I could handle. What is it that you do so that the alcohol isn't incredibly strong? Because that's usually my issue.
So it's almost like I think of it almost like being like a chemist, because if you put too much of one thing into another, it's going to be unbalanced. And same thing with cocktails. You have to balance it out with sweet, sour, bitter, and your alcohol to make sure everything blends together.
And it's interesting because I get a little hint of the basil, but when that comes into the mix, what is that adding to this particular drink?
I think it just adds a little bit more freshness to it because it's like the fresh basil, and it just adds brightness to it too.
All right, well, I really enjoyed this. Is it a common drink that folks order, or what's popular? Being behind the bar, what do you see folks typically order when they come into POV?
In POV, honestly, it's old fashions. Like a lot of time, maybe it's because it's more of a business crowd, it's a trendy drink as well, and an all-time classic. But a lot of people love old fashions. And my friends always tell me, Trey, you love alcohol a bit more if you went for the fruity stuff. I do like daiquiris, as you said, as I told you, pina coladas are my favorite. And this is really, really nice. Is that a common thing that folks tend to order more of like the fruity drinks, or? It just depends. Like people who aren't big drinkers, or just someone who needs something like easy and fun as they socialize with their friends. Like they want something lighter and sweeter.
Okay, and that was going to be my next question. Like, what would you suggest for a lightweight? You know, did I get the name of this drink? What's it called?
No, I just call it a pina sour.
This is your thing?
Yes.
A pina sour. Well, I love it. I think before we go to break, we have a little more time. So I'm going to start something fun, and then we can continue the conversation afterward.
Awesome.
I grabbed some stuff from the fridge at home. So I call this grab and grow and turn it up. Tracy's going to give us some tips on how to do just that. So we'll start with the first drink.
All right.
This one here, I'm going to hold on to this. My pina
sour.
Pina sour. I'm going
Yes.
to hold on to that. This one here is just some frozen fruit. It's frozen cherries, some frozen strawberries, and sparkling mango and lime water. I think we put in that. So what would you add to turn this up?
Kind of looks like a sangria. So honestly, I would add maybe just a little bit of rum to it, a little bit of sour mix, which is just fresh lemon, a little bit of simple, and just mix them in together, and you'll have like a nice like pseudo sangria.
A little pseudo sangria, something fun at home. All right, I'm gonna save the other two drinks for when we come back from the break. I'm gonna continue working on the pina sour.
Yes.
And we'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the show. So we're hanging with cocktail curator and bartender extraordinaire, Tracy Javier. She's showing us how to make different drinks, and we're talking about mocktails versus cocktails. We have a little something for everyone. So before the break, we were having a little fun with a segment I like to call Grab and Go. I brought some things from home that were just in my fridge. We mixed them together pre-show, and Tracy was giving us tips on how we can make them a little boozy. So last drink we left off with, we were talking about kind of like a pseudo sangria. This one here was one of my favorite blends. No, I did terrible at mixing this. I'm gonna try to do it. I'm not the bartender.
This is yellow.
Yeah, you knew what I was trying to do.
Yes.
Huh? Wait, can you do that for me? Can we grab another cup and like?
I don't know if it'll mix, honestly.
If it'll mix?
So.
Okay, I did something wrong, but nonetheless, it's supposed to be yellow, and then there's like a layer there, and then the cranberry juice. So it's pineapple juice, ginger ale, cranberry juice.
Yes.
But typically we have those things at home. What could we add to turn that up?
When I tried this, honestly, I was thinking tequila would be really good with it. So
Okay.
almost like a tequila sunrise in a way, because you have like the yellow and the red. So I think that would be really good.
Look, a few tablespoons or teaspoons, whatever you like, of tequila, and
2
you're taking that
ounces.
to 2 ounces to the next level. That's you can tell the pro from the I don't know what I am, the novice. All right. So this is actually one of my favorite drinks to make at home, just to kind of like chill out and take it easy. And we added a little twist to this one. So in the glass is sparkling water. I use the mango lime sparkling water, and then we've added some cucumber and lime, and then a little twist. Shout out to my best friend Leslie. She keeps me going with my doTERRA oils. This is a lemon oil, and I usually add about 3 or 4 drops. doTERRA you can ingest, so I enjoy it. Nice, refreshing drink. What would we add?
It smells so good.
Yeah, it's that citrusy vibe is always nice. What could we add to turn this up?
Essential oils, cucumber, I honestly think about the spa. So I think adding something like gin, like especially a botanical gin, would pair very well with this.
A botanical gin.
Yes.
Nice, and still keeping it very relaxing, something
Exactly.
fun. So 3 different drinks of things that typically you can find in your fridge at home and kind of have your own little bartender situation going on in your own kitchen.
Yes.
Now we were talking earlier and you said your mother has a favorite drink. Again, something that you can simply find in the fridge, but when you're ready, you can take it to the next level or
Yes.
have a little something for both the non-drinkers and the drinkers alike. What is that?
So my mom honestly loves vodka, a little bit of ginger ale, and a lot of lime. That's like her favorite thing.
All
And
right.
honestly, I can never taste the alcohol in it. So
All right. And I think the blending piece is the most important part because it's like with cooking, right? You can get all the ingredients, but if you don't know how to mix it right, it does not taste, it doesn't come out the same. It doesn't taste good. So, and going back to my my pina here, I love it because I cannot taste the vodka, but I do get all the flavors. So this is on my list, and when I come visit you at POV, it'll be one of the drinks I order.
yes, that's
Keyword one. After my daiquiri. So we got some ice going in here.
Yes, I put a little bit of vodka, a little bit of lime, and then I'm gonna give this
Vodka and lime.
a small shake.
Okay. See that?
Sorry. And then what I'm gonna do is just top it with ginger ale. We have one open right here.
So we did vodka, lime, a little ice, and a touch of ginger ale.
Yep,
And this is Mom's favorite.
this is mom's
All right,
favorite.
let me see if I'm rolling with Mom on this.
Should be like very limey.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
And you know what? You actually get. Is it normal to get a few of the pieces of lime in there? Mm-hmm. I'm chipping out because, to your point, I cannot taste the vodka.
Yeah.
That was very, very delicious. Amazing
Dangerous
drinks.
mom drink, by the way.
I can see how that one can be a little dangerous.
Yes.
But delicious nonetheless. This has been so much fun.
Yes.
I think you have helped me to get to the cocktail side a bit more than the mocktail side, so I found my balance. I think we got some fun drinks that folks can make at home with the holidays coming up. Lots of options, whether it's something you have in the fridge or you want to have just a nice new drink that you can try
Yes.
or come to POV and get it done right by Tracy. Going out on the show, I wanted to touch on something very important. I think that when it comes to social space, enjoying mocktails, enjoying cocktails, folks need to be comfortable. So when you have those mixed groups, what advice would you give people when they're at the bar setting, whether they want a nice drink with alcohol or want to keep it simple?
I would say at least have a little bit of confidence when you're ordering. Even if you're ordering non-alcoholic, just know that your friends are around and that they're going to support whatever decision you make and that they should make, you know, your time feel comfortable.
It's all about just enjoying the people you with.
Exactly.
I love it. Until next time, make sure you catch Tracy at POV. I'm going to enjoy my drink here. Salud. Cheers.
Can't be afraid, no. I gotta say what I mean and I won't say, yeah. Gotta do it my way. Ooh, let go, just breathe, be me, just be started.